Hello, I hope you are well and having a beautiful start to November. Just like that, it's November. And today the plan is to tidy up and organize and take down all of our fall decor. So bittersweet. I love all the warmth and just coziness that the fall decor brings, but it's time. I have the itch to decorate for Christmas, and it sounds nice to just take everything down, do a more thorough tidy up of the home, and then transform with the Christmas decorations probably sometime next week. I keep saying we're gonna let the home breathe without all of the decor, and then we'll enjoy putting up the Christmas decorations and crafting. We have a lot to look forward to, but of course it's bittersweet to say goodbye to the pumpkins and all of that, but that's the plan. And then there's some pockets of our home that could use a little extra organization, specifically in our pantry. The little baking basket we have, it is a jumbled mess, and it's baking season, so we got to have our sprinkles and our vanilla bean extract very accessible, so we'll do that. And then the closet could use a nice tidy. And if we get to it, the garden, I have to give you a garden update because we have sunflowers that are just so beautiful, and then the pumpkin vine thankfully is doing well, so I'll give you an update on that. And then if we have time to prune and take care of the garden, that would also be great to cross off our list. Okay, I have these 3 plastic bins. Let's see if we can fit everything in them. I'm pretty sure one of the bins is for our outdoor stuff too, which I'm still debating if I want to take that down today. Probably will just depend on time, but I also did a load of laundry yesterday. I did towels, so we have all of our fall towels and bowl covers that I'm gonna pack up, and they're all clean, ready for next year. Okay, after spending hours and hours working on this puzzle, it's time to just crumble it and store it away. It really was so delightful to work on, and I'm excited to work on a Christmas puzzle. I also got some super cute puzzles for my birthday, but I think I need to do a Christmas puzzle first. We gotta get in the spirit. I haven't sourced which one I want to do yet. I think I want to stick to a 500-piece puzzle. I'm intimidated to do more than that for now, especially since, like, of course, the goal for the Christmas puzzle would be to finish it before Christmas. So at this point, 500 seems a little bit more attainable for now. How do I tell Palmer that I need to wash the blanket that he's sleeping on? Okay, we're in our son's room, and I have some of his clothes to fold and put away, and I figured while we're here and we're in the midst of our tidy day, I will go through and pack up all of the clothes that no longer fit him and decide which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to give away. Gonna be his Christmas card and Christmas sweater in general. How cute is it? So cozy. This is the compression bag that I have full of stuff I want to save. It's getting really full, but we might be able to fit the last little bit and then start a new bag. picking up our pumpkin books, but keeping some fall ones out. Whenever we approach this time of year, I always pull out our spare duvet cover and sprawl it out on our couch or this little day bed, and it just makes anything look like the most enticing, cuddly cloud. So if you happen to have a spare duvet cover, just pull that out as one of your new decorations. I feel like it's just so inviting. I'm also gonna spend some time getting my tech organized. Since I edit all my videos on my computer, I try to just make sure we don't have a storage problem because of course they're big files and whatnot. So I have this little external hard drive and I will pull all the files over to that, and any other videos or photos that I want to make sure are backed up, I do that. So that's what I'll do now. And I also need to update my website, which I'm so thankful to be partnering with Squarespace. If you're unfamiliar with Squarespace, they're an all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence. And I've used Squarespace for a decade now, and it's really evolved with me through when I first created my website. I was in college, I was applying for jobs. I did sort of a digital resume, and when I applied to jobs, I had this spot on my website where employers could kind of check out my portfolio, if you will. So that was really neat, but I'm not really in that situation anymore. So I've just sort of tweaked my website through the years, and I do plan to update it in the new year. I feel like it could just use a little refresh. It's also just enjoyable for me to sort of kind of get out of the box, and what's so lovely about Squarespace is they equip you with all of those tools. You don't need to be well versed in design or computer programming to build a beautiful creative space where you can beautifully share your work, your life, your business. I also appreciate how Squarespace has integrated SEO tools so that you know your website is being optimized and indexed with meta descriptions, auto-generated sitemap, and more, so you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. You also can purchase your website domain through Squarespace, which is what I did, and that just helps streamline everything and ensures that your domain remains online and protected. So absolutely feel free to check it out if you are in the market to build your own personal website. You can head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AllisonBickerstaff to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or a domain. So this shouldn't take too long, but it also feels nice to just sit down for a bit and do some more digital organization, and then we'll get back to all of the home stuff on our list. Now my desktop is all nice and organized, no files spread out. I also upload this little wallpaper every month. I design a different one with different pictures and switch out the dates for the corresponding months, and that's available for free download on my website if you're ever interested. I love the format of this. I think I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I really just like how organized it is because I'll put files that I need to either upload to YouTube or put in my external hard drive here, and then any sort of reminders or evergreen files that I just need to have easily accessible. And then for to do, if you do have a MacBook, there's this thing called Stickies. So it's essentially a digital sticky note that you can drag over. Oops, that's actually not how you do it. You just open a new one. I don't need to put that right there, but I don't know how to remove. What did I do? Here, I'll just move this down here. Well, I didn't mean to move that to my desktop, but I'll just put it in that folder for now. And then you can drag your stickies here, put your to-do list, and you can also change the colors of this. So for this month, I probably would do gray just so that it kind of goes with the color scheme of the wallpaper, but very handy, very organized. I'm excited to turn our little coffee station into a hot cocoa bar situation. On my list for next week when we get ready to decorate, I want to make homemade marshmallows and just always have homemade marshmallows and hot cocoa on deck. That's the dream. Dutch oven and this little antique pie plate I pack up and put in this cabinet over our microwave so that I can still have access to it for fall baking and cooking for different events like Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving. So we'll keep those accessible. Also, I cannot deal with this button right now. It is just too tight. These pants are a rental, but just a little too tight, and we're trying to be comfy as we tidy up. Also, this artwork that my friend made, I'm still not over it. It's so beautiful. How do I hint to her that I want one for Christmas? So beautiful. I'm gonna miss this. It'll be fine if I pack it away, right? I mean, it feels sad to pack it away, but it'll be really special to pull it out every year for fall. Empty. Our pine cone bats were my favorite DIY from this year. I love the way they turned out. They're so cute. I am wondering how we should store them though, because one, they're gonna take up quite a bit of room because we have some here, we have some there, we have some there, and they're pokey. So I don't want them to get crushed, but I also don't want them to poke through something else. So we're brainstorming. Brought this big plant outside once we pulled out our Christmas trees. It's getting so big though. This leaf right here specifically I feel has just shot up. Thankfully it's thriving. But I think maybe we could bring it outside. I feel like it would do fine. But I feel like we also could move it to the playroom reading room in one of the corners there. I usually put a Christmas tree there, but I'm thinking of maybe switching that up and putting it in our bedroom, and then, I don't know, I'm still thinking through. I also thought it would be kind of fun to decorate this, somehow add like some garland and ornaments. It would look very Florida festive, so we're still bouncing off ideas. have this bag where I store all of our dried fall florals, which is a lot. I've used these dried florals for what, 4 years now though, and they still look exactly the same as when I first bought them. So I feel good about keeping them. I feel better about keeping them inside rather than in the humid garage, because I'm not sure if the colors would start to bleed and fade. I don't know. But I keep this over our microwave in that cabinet as well. And I decided to put the pine cones in this bag. That's a perfect place for them. Do you agree, buddy? Brandon gifted me this absolutely magical little lamp for my birthday. It's called a Tuverlex lamp. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's very popular in like the Waldorf Montessori community, which I just find their toys and a lot of their childhood education things very inspiring and whimsical, I suppose you could say. And it's really neat because essentially you switch out the artwork and then it projects it through the lamp. So he picked out 4 different artworks for me and they're just all so sweet. Look at this one. This one's called the Little Explorer, of course, like our son. And then the one he picked out for my birthday is just, well, he picked out all of these for my birthday, but this one was so fitting because it's a woman in the kitchen looking out the window with some fresh pie, which was very fitting for this year. And then he also picked out this bumblebee one because we love our bees and our flowers. And then this absolutely enchanting gingerbread one for Christmas time. I think I'm just gonna switch out to the Little Explorer one for now because I think it's so cute. That's our son, pretty much, in the backyard exploring. I just noticed Palmer's alter ego is also in this artwork. I put all the pillows in a compression bag. I also ended up pulling some of our porch decor out because I only ended up filling up 1 box for our indoor stuff. Well, besides the pillows, of course. Okay, I'm running out of steam a little bit, but we've done a lot. All of the Christmas, all of the fall decor is boxed up. I ended up taking out the front porch decor as well, so that kind of feels nice to just cross that off. And then I ordered this outlet cover. We have the switch plate cover over there, and once I did the little stencil paint design on the island, I thought this would look very complimentary to switch out right here. So I'm gonna do that now, and then after that I wanna organize the pantry like I said, and also do a nice vacuum and mop session. On my phone charger kind of covers a lot of it, but it's a nice little touch.
Dream another life, one that's not so hard. I can get lost down that dangerous road. I am not them. I do not know what they're really going through. There's a lot that I assume. Freedom I get from the work that I do. Thoughts that I choose. Feelings I soothe. Finding an angle of ease. Loving what is. Wouldn't it be grand if I settled in to love my life? What I have.
I've had these for like 2 years now, so I think it's time to say goodbye, even though this probably never expires because it's barely even food.
Bricks instead of straw. Gratitude. Wiser have learned to nourish their own. Life is not in the escape. Learning to embrace, happy or sad, all feelings will come. Doesn't matter what we have. Grounding.
Ta-da! It's something I've been putting off for months, and it probably took me 7 minutes to tidy up. Good morning. It is a very humid, dreary day. It's about 10 o'clock now, and we've had some rain this morning already, but the good news for us Floridians is that it's bringing a cold front, so that's exciting. I'm in the garden just trying to work on a few things. I really want to plant some lettuce seeds because now's the time for Florida gardeners to get some. Oh wow, it's a big hawk flying over us. I want to get the lettuce planting so that we can have some nice crisp winter greens And I needed to show you these sunflowers. They are just absolutely extraordinary. There's one, is it in frame? Maybe so. I just measured it with with the tape measure because I was wondering how tall this sunflower is. It's about 8.5 feet tall. That is absolutely our tallest sunflower we've ever grown. So it's very exciting. It still has lots of blooms coming in, but I don't think it'll grow vertically anymore. And then these have been blooming for a while, and as you can see, they're expiring, but I'm gonna let them droop and dry out so I can collect the seeds soon. So we'll do that. And then I just picked up a fresh bag of soil, and I'm gonna fill up one of our beds a little taller. It's where we had our sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna fill that up and then plant the lettuce over that. This is the lettuce that I'm gonna plant. I just already had these seeds. I usually like to do a little variety, but we don't have a ton of room because the pumpkin vines are kind of taking over the bed a little bit that I'm gonna plant these in. And then I also have dinosaur kale starting to sprout. So that's where we're at, and I'm very thankful that we have pumpkins growing too. I'll show you some of the ones that are getting more mature. Here's our dinosaur kale sprout that's slowly but surely getting bigger. Here's one of our bigger pumpkins. It's along the bushes here. Here's another pumpkin getting bigger and stronger. And another one over here. I do see remnants of some pickle worm droppings, I think, but I think the organic pesticide I used will draw them away, hopefully. So I don't see any evidence of them trying to gnaw into the pumpkin. I'm debating if I want to keep this pumpkin patch sign out or save it for next year and have it exclusively as a little autumn decor. Brandon spent quite a bit of time training the jasmine trellis the other day, and it looks so beautiful. I'm excited for the flowers to come in around March. And then I haven't showed you our Meyer lemon tree in a while. It definitely doesn't thrive in this spot, as you can tell by the yellow leaves, but it still has been producing fruit. We have 2 lemons coming in, and we had another one that Brandon accidentally trimmed off, but we just put it on the counter and then it turned nice and yellow. It ripened up and it's delicious. So that's exciting because this is one of the first things I planted back here. Okay, that's a wrap for me. I was gonna try to do my closet, organize my closet, because we haven't done that yet, and that was on the list, but I'm running out of steam. I'm ready to take a shower, a nice, thorough shower, because I'm just covered in soil. But thank you all so much for watching. It feels really nice to tidy up, and I feel like I have more headspace to get really excited and inspired for Christmas crafts and all of that coziness to come. But I hope you are well. The birds are saying goodbye to you too, and I'm excited to see you next. Bye.